Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
For all the things that you did, not all the things that I've seen, but the things that you're bringing to me.
Yes.
Keep me in your guidance and in your life, and along with the people that hear me.
Yes.
If we all work together and hear what you got to say and not listen to what man's saying, we can get to a greater place.
Yes.
Can you guide us with your wisdom, not what I'm hearing today?
Yes.
Give this show the power of what you want for the world,
Yes.
and change people how you want them changed, and in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Keep the show, keep it brief, keep it brief.
Just
saying.
I believe you got some pastorhood in you, Jay. Boy, I tell you.
Yeah, a little bit. I kind of scared. I was in the back of church.
Yeah.
Way back there. I like talking about people.
Yeah, behind
way
the deacon board back there.
Yeah. Behind everybody.
Yeah. So we are here tonight to just really celebrate this show. After 40 years of having a lot to say, I say 320 shows at 2 hours apiece. We put 640 hours in of studio time, and just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of great ideas. And not that we'll recall them all tonight, but we just want to reflect on starting something and following through with it. And that's really what this show represents for us. I think we probably should take some time to talk about last week's show, and I'm not even recalling it right now. What did we talk about last week?
Man, this is a party night. Man, they ain't went back and seen it. Hey, we don't need to talk about it.
Well, listen, they're always so good. What did we talk about? Why am I missing that mark this morning tonight?
Keeping the flame alive.
What?
It was like talking about
keeping the
sex
flame.
life.
Yeah, keeping the sex life, keeping the flame alive. Yeah, is it hot, right? And but we always do a good job with those kind of shows. Matter of fact, we done had numerous of
I was
those
about to
shows.
say, y'all been very nasty. I just want y'all to know.
I don't know who you talking about, bro.
Well, you know,
We
Pam.
have the Lord to add a blessing to the understanding of the words that come out of a person's mouth.
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Yes.
Lord. You gotta watch this here, invite folks.
Okay.
You gotta understand.
Go ahead.
You know, sex is one of the things that a lot of people really don't want to talk about, but it is so prevalent in all of what we do.
Yes.
So to have a good dialogue and get people more in tune with themselves and understanding it in a better way is something we all really need to more embrace. But guess what? I see a whole lot of things that I'm not going to say I agree with, disagree with. All I can say, there's a lot going on, and I'm not going to be judgmental on it. But my whole thing is, before you judge, understand. Have a conversation.
Right.
You know, I like to say we quick to judge and we ain't quick to understand. I think a lot of times what's going on today, because of the fact that we have so many judgments against us, we judge everything. And it's not always fair. So I fairly like to sit back and say, let's enjoy one another, love one another. Not always in an ATL way, but the loving way. Okay, I'm saying, gotta get away because they nasty, crap day.
Yeah.
But we
Yeah.
want to love on each other in the right way.
Yeah,
Where
Jay,
we can grow.
I want to cover that.
Which one to tell?
This show has been always about the depth of a topic. It doesn't really get good until we get down in the depths of the topic.
That's how we get done.
And, we've talked about so many extreme things, right? These are things that you probably couldn't necessarily talk about in the mainstream world. And we found a way to make it mainstream, but you were just talking about judgments and non-judgments. And, the reality is that there's really a lot of things that we need to judge away from us, and that's what this show, I think, has done for so many people. It just gives you a chance to see the BS, right?
What it is.
It gives you a chance to see what's under the current, and that, I'm thinking that judgment is a good thing, Jay. And I don't know if I didn't hear it the right way when you was expressing it. But
Only judging things that you don't know.
okay.
That way give you more clarity.
Yeah.
So when you don't know and you're quick to judge, just have more understanding. Because you might be a different person on how you want to say things to a person.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of times we just look and we just off the cuff without knowing, and then you cause more damage than good.
Yeah.
But you mean good, but you don't got no good in you when you open your mouth. Just saying. I've done it before. I'm guilty of it. Shit, that's why I talk about it.
Yeah.
I need help.
You know what that makes me recall? I've just been recently watching a few videos on TikTok, and the videos basically show a young teenager calling his mom or grandma into the room and putting on like a Nicki Minaj song. right? And you seen some of those
You
videos?
talking about WAP?
Yeah, like WAP putting on the WAP song, right?
Hey, not with my mama.
And
Oh,
listen,
yeah.
and this is the first time the mamas get a chance to hear that type of music and that type of language, and the expressions on their face, like, is extreme judgment.
Man, I still cringe when I cuss around my mama. What y'all talking about? Hell no.
Yeah. But and see, you're supposed to judge some things away from it. That's what I'm talking about, and that's ultimately that's what they do. They don't listen to rap music or any music like that. But then you put WAP in front of them, they have no choice but to think that maybe everybody who listens to that music might just be bad people. And so the word judge and judgment is a very interesting concept. Yeah, very much so. And but we haven't had much judgment, I don't think, on this show. I think everybody's been able to kind of speak their piece. I don't think anybody speaks something really too extreme here. I recall Andrea talking about she was talking from AP. Everybody remember AP?
Oh yeah.
She put it down on the show for a
AP.
little while. AP used to come pretty hard in the paint from the woman's perspective, right?
He thug. That's my thug girl.
Yeah, she used to come kind of hard, and I have to admit I was kind of judging her. Right?
I think everybody did. She came hard in the paint.
Yeah, almost too hard for the average man to even embrace.
No,
right?
no
Because she was like,
average
oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? I got 3 dudes, you know what I'm saying? I got a maintenance man, I go out with,
She
I
had
got
a
to take
business
the
plan.
family. Yeah. And I might call him over and he gonna do whatever the hell I say if I need my grass cut. I'm like, okay.
And she throw it down.
I don't
Then
know
you
what-
cut grass afterwards? No, I'm ready to go to sleep. Oh, she doing it.
She doing something.
Boy, she backing it
Doing
up.
something. That was a judgment place right there, big time.
I don't know.
It
It
was
was a
for me.
whole lot of people getting on that
I don't
roster
know.
though.
You even had a name for it. I can't remember what the name you gave. It was some kind of thuggish, I think. But it was, it was to say that, hey, you are a little extreme.
What?
You're a little
That's
extreme.
thug love all day.
Yeah. And we've had a lot of those extreme shows. So
That's true.
I don't know where we are. Let me see here. Where we are. Yeah, we got just a few more minutes here. So what we're gonna do is talk through some of the ideas that we've talked about on the show, and we'll give a little bit to cheating and side chicks, and then we'll give a little bit to
Can you warn me before you just say
families and
that?
quotes, and we'll give a little to
Jesus.
the negativity in relationships. We've covered so much. I think we've got a lot to summarize here, and so
I told you y'all nasty.
yeah, as we get ready to go to break, folks, we want you to stay tuned with us. This is a 2-hour night. We're gonna be playing great music, and you might see a little dancing in the studio. Don't be afraid to get up and dance in your own living room if you're enjoying the music. If for any reason you can't hear the music, just fast forward about 3 or 4 minutes, and you'll see us right back in track to finish up the show. So you folks stay tuned. Tonight we're just talking about the Bar Talk with Jay show and celebrating 4 years. We're glad you're with us, and we're going to be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay.
All right, y'all. There we go. We gotta make some changes real quick. We was trying to get a clip from where y'all can actually see a past show, and we was gonna talk about some different things from our past shows. But unfortunately, we have some audio difficulties, just like y'all noticed when we first came on. But again, we trying to fix all that real quick as we do it. 4 years, things still happening, but guess what? We gonna give the devil the justice, okay? Let's just say what it is, and not let it be that way for the rest of the night. It's about partying, so that's why, again, if y'all didn't see me behind the scene, man, we got food, we got drink, we got partying going on in the back room. And one of the things we doing tonight is letting y'all know we celebrate.
Yeah.
4-year achievement. This was something that I gotta admit, I had a dream about, I thought it through, was able to make a lot of things come true with help. It just wasn't my dream by myself, my man. Craft, Barb. There's been a lot of countless people. If I start naming them, I spend the rest of the day doing it because Jeffrey, Jamal, Latiki used to even be on. First Lady. We go back and we had so many people that helped this along the way, and I want to have a tribute to all of them.
Yeah, Jay, let me try to name them out too, man.
Okay,
Because first of all, you know, giving praise is due to the host.
My big mama always been out there.
Hey, listen, bruh, this is a commitment. You know what I'm
Man, it
saying? 10-20% of the week. Just committed right here, being here for, you know, it takes 3-4 hours just to try and get this thing done from front to back. So Jay and I really put our love and heart and soul and you know, all of our energy into it. It's been a blessing. It's just been a real blessing. We want to thank Brother Jeffrey.
Yes.
Brother Jeffrey will be on the next segment, and we just can't give enough shout outs to him and enough praises for all of the work that he's put in. He's been here with us, number one, and number two, he brings that heat every week. Nothing but the truth. He's always got positivity, even though he's, you know, chastising us a little bit, you know.
Jeffrey for president.
Yeah, by the end of most of his segments, you know, you gotta repent.
Love him or hate him.
Right?
That's why I'm voting for
But it
president.
becomes so real, and I get a lot of people who comment to me about our show, talk about Jeffrey and his segment,
Man, he ain't no joke.
and so that says that, you know, we got 6 segments. You know, his one segment really makes a difference,
Yes.
and we just want to thank Brother Jeffrey. Yes, we had the First Lady on in the house. She would come so lovely every week and sit with us. Latiki used to hang out with us over the line. She used to call in every week, and she had a segment, and she used to bring some good stuff, man.
She did.
Yeah, she used to bring some good stuff, but she was always real with it. That's what I liked her. She was always real with it.
She was.
It wasn't like too extreme or too low. It's just that median, you know, where we really want to hear from a woman, you know.
I think when they started seeing what she looked like, it made a difference.
So yeah, nah.
You were ugly.
Yeah, but she wasn't ugly.
No, no,
by a
sir.
long shot.
No,
But
sir.
she really had a lot of good things to say, and we want to thank her tonight. Brother Jamal
Oh, my
was
God.
always with us, and Jamal brought that young blood perspective.
Man,
right?
he brought drama.
He brought that perspective that you know, only a youthful man will really bring. You know, and I think, you know, I used to get mad. I used to get upset, like, how dare he could say some of that stuff. But you always said, well, some people feel like that crap.
He did. He
And
brought
I
a
was
different
like,
point.
okay, well, I guess they do. But they crazy too.
He fit right in with
I mean, the
great.
thing about it, he just brought it so raw.
Yeah, he did.
You know, he brought it raw. He brought it real. I don't even want to say street, but just raw. You know, like if he was Richard Pryor on stage, just brought it right down to the mark. And you always had to admire him for being just straightforward about what he had to say. He didn't hold nothing back. You know, he definitely didn't hold nothing back. Of course, we want to thank Buddha for being on the show. That's Phil. I call him Uncle Phil.
Phil actually called in, man. He really wanted to be here. You know, he got another gig, so he can't presently be able to make it. But he definitely told me to tell everybody that he has nothing but appreciation for all what we do. He's still committed, but unfortunately he has to do what he got to do to make his own work. He got to make his own money. I get it.
Right.
But one of the things he wanted to say, if he was off, he would be here.
Yeah.
He wanted to be here for my mother. He wanted to be here for me. But like I told him, man, you know, you showed up and you showed out, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. He was always here really causing commotion, man. You know.
Yeah. That's what he do. That's why he Buddha.
Let me just put that out there. He even started to identify with it. I'm like, Phil, you're always disagreeing with me, man. I'm not disagreeing with you, Crab. I just have my own opinion. I'm like, well, it's always in disagreement with me. So
Y'all just can't agree.
we just couldn't agree.
It's okay. Do you know how many marriages out there they don't agree?
No. It wasn't that we couldn't agree. It's that he would always go a different direction.
Oh yeah, on purpose.
On purpose. So if sideswipe the discussion, go to another side of the discussion, I'm like, that's not what we're talking about, Phil. I said that numerous times to her, right?
Yeah,
But he was, he was always here, and that's what really matters most. He supported the show in so many different ways behind the curtain, just helping with computers and software and knowledge. And we just want to thank Phil for being a part of the team. And we already mentioned AP. We want to thank AP again for her presence. We got a couple of very, very important ladies in the studio tonight, and you can see them sitting behind me.
And next to me.
And next to me too, right?
Man, she came 2 times. All of a
But
sudden
listen,
she
when
on point.
you start a venture like this, there seems to be, if you are divinely supported, there always seems to be someone there who just kind of fills in the gaps. And those gaps can be extreme for the production.
Oh, yeah.
They can be very extreme for the production. This program that I'm holding has been, kind of a product of the show ever since we began. And Barb, who's sitting here to my left, has been the orchestrator of our program and our itinerary of the show every week since the show began. And you can just imagine that, not being here for a lot of the time and having yet put together the whole program from front to back says a lot about one's commitment. And it says a lot about one's dedication to the journey. And I even remember there was, some heat going on between one of the hosts on the show and Miss Barb, and she was still producing for the show.
You stitchy. What you know about that? Some friction, eh?
No, I just want to highlight the commitment.
Oh,
right?
man, I was just talking about the drama.
Yeah.
Talk about the drama, baby.
I'm trying to make light of the commitment.
Oh, okay,
right?
okay.
So
okay.
she never stopped grinding, no matter how much her and the CEO got into it, and that's all.
That's all you throwing me under the bus there, buddy. I caught it that time.
Yeah.
It was a half dagger earlier.
Yes, she has made each and every one of our celebrations over the past 4 years special, helping us with everything from everything. She just fills in the gaps. There's somebody who will bring food and hors d'oeuvres. There's somebody who will help clean up. There's somebody who will help, she's putting the programs together. She's, doing all kinds of stuff for the show, helping with decorations and the holidays. I mean, it's unlimited. And there's no way we could have done this show without Barb. So we want to thank you so much, Barb.
Barb in the back.
Yeah.
Celebration.
Did you have
It's
anything
so
you
far
wanted to say,
behind, I
Barb?
can't see. I'm
I
looking at the
I
mirror.
appreciate everybody for everything that they do and what I do. I just like doing it.
She said she just like doing it.
She got love for this.
And she appreciates everybody.
By the way, everybody tell me it's Mama's birthday, but everybody tell me happy
Oh, yeah. That's right, lady.
Everybody tell Barbara
Happy belated
birthday.
We would have seen you, but we have made that good.
Please don't.
Yeah.
Please
Yeah.
don't.
And a special happy birthday to you, Barb.
Might get a fine over the airwaves.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna do that. Now, the next person I want to talk about is the person sitting right next to Barb. Now, she's been behind the scenes, and a lot of people don't know her by the show, but I promise you, she stand alone and did great things. Not only did she support me, she actually listened to me, and she reached out because she was going through some things.
Yeah.
Now, as she reached out and she talked, we made a bond and a friendship that is like no other. Not only did she really encourage me, like I tried to encourage her at that time, she showed me the strength. She finished things, completed things, and let me know how powerful we can be with positive words.
Yeah.
So as she moved through life now, and she's moving so much better than she did before, she made me proud because it started from listening to this show.
Yeah.
So to be able to see a person go in a positive direction from a hurt time, everybody go through pain. No matter how many times you parents want to keep your kids from hurting themselves, they're going to do something to hurt themselves. It's a learning process. But my whole thing is, as you go through it, can you help them through it? Where they can be encouraged to be stronger, not to take advantage of it. And then watch a person blossom in their own way. I've never pushed her to do anything. I only talked to her, encouraged her. She showed me.
Yeah.
When she completed things that she was already doing. So it wasn't like I encouraged her to start new things. She was finishing old things because she had that power. She had that gift. And then she gave it back to me.
Yes.
By giving me things of knowledge. She has wisdom out of this world.
Yes.
Things that I probably would never stumble upon, she do it for me. Then she introduced me to her family members. Not just to listen to my show, but again, for me to meet and actually give them positive words. Everybody lives a different life.
Yes.
But to know somebody's there for you and ain't judging you, ain't tripping on you. Now see, that's more than a share. That's more than a like.
Yeah.
And that's who's sitting there right there.
Miss
Edith.
Yes.
Doing her thing. Doing so much.
Yeah.
All the time. Invited me out, did multiple things. Look at the shirt. Look at the shirt, y'all.
I
Look
also
at
want
the
to
shirt.
say to everybody, she had to model our 4-year anniversary shirt that I made for us. I just want you to check it out.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, you know what it is. She got that shit. Hey!
I ain't got time for you.
I'm just saying, that's my girl.
That's nice. Thank you, ladies, both
Very
so
nice.
much for all that you have done. It matters, and that's what really makes the difference. It's not just making a difference in this show. We're hoping that this is making a difference in the world. We're hoping that it's showing people their options, right? In every one of these dialogues, you can go to high road or you can go to low road, but you oftentimes don't get a chance to see it. But through our dialogue, you can see it.
Oh yeah.
Right? You can see where people might be running game on you. You can see where people, maybe a little jealous of you. You can see where, you are way beyond the team that you have with you. You get so much perspective from this show. And what these ladies do is really trying to advance all of humanity. I use big words like that. I'm trying to elevate the consciousness of humanity. I'm trying to get people to move to their greatest possibility.
Yes.
Move toward their greatest possibility.
Yes.
And there's so much potential that is lost in people not knowing how to fight for their life. And especially in love and relationships, we spent, a great deal, 75% of the time on this show talking about love and relationships.
True that.
And, there's a few things that we come up with, but, ultimately this is a teaching mechanism. That's what Bar Talk with Jay is. When you hear about, why people cheat, and, you might hear some inspiration on overcoming hurdles or about the storm or about dealing with pain, that all of those are designed to continue to advance you and continue to advance your life and your whole mentality toward positive levels. There's just not enough positivity going on in the world, man. In fact, there's so much. I turn on the TV and it's almost every show is got a whole bunch of negativity.
Right.
There is always the heroism, and there's always the somebody who the show will end up with good guy wins. But in the midst, you see just so much trouble and pain and killing and all that good stuff that we really need more positivity, and that's what this show has continued to try to bring to you. And so all of our efforts are really just been designed to uplift man and really give you some guidance in life on some things that we typically don't talk about. There are some other people who we want to mention. We have Adrian in the studio.
Oh my goodness. Crazy!
Yeah, crazy.
Hold it down.
Always in the studio. You almost never see her, and you almost never hear from her. But we're talking about somebody who has been a really powerful chord to a successful show. We have had so many great people on this show as a result of Adrian and her influence. And she continues to bring people.
Everybody.
She know everybody, right?
Everybody is rich and famous. She know.
Right?
She like, bring them, girl.
Yeah, we didn't even touch the surface. We haven't really even touched the surface. And we just want to thank you, Adrian, for just being a part of it every week. Just sitting here. Sometimes in the midst of a dialogue, and I go on a lot of long stream, deep dialogues here. She's typically the one who's sitting on the couch, who's nodding. And I get confirmation. You don't get confirmation from these cameras. You know what I'm saying?
They just keep looking at you.
Yeah, they just keep looking at you. They don't say yes, no, or nothing. But sometime her nodding and her being with me in the midst of the conversation just gives me strength to keep on talking about it. And that, yes, they see you are making sense. Okay, yeah, now you can see you are making sense. And if it makes sense to her, then it's making sense. Now, there's been some things I talked about. She just looking at me. She'll never move her head. She
be shaking her head like, no, every time I be talking. Why?
Yeah, Jay, you a hard man to keep up with, man.
Kinda.
Yeah, real hard.
Kinda.
So,
But I'm gonna get some.
you need some off the camera coaching. That's what
I'm gonna get some alcohol.
And that's what she does for us. Yeah, and we do have a few more people that we want to acknowledge. Let's go ahead and take another break.
Oh, it's about to be over.
We got another powerful track that's gonna come on. We playing a track right now, see?
We're gonna do a track. I'm trying to get the clip in too.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. So, you folks, stay tuned. I hope you're enjoying the show thus far. We'll be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay. Come over here. All right, Jay is pouring up the drink.
That's it.
We're about to celebrate a toast in the house. Okay, okay. Folks, we are celebrating our 4-year anniversary. September 17th, 2016, we initiated this effort, and we have been sitting here in the studio almost every Thursday since that date.
Yeah, that's a nice
See
what we doing here?
Yeah.
Alright.
With the mind
Got my
craft
niece
logo
over there in
on
the
that
corner.
bottle.
She gonna get a piece, she gonna get one in there.
Okay.
We ain't gonna do that
I want to
tomorrow.
have one.
You want half?
Yeah, give
Oh
her.
Lord, y'all got my mama crying!
We'll see you
Oh,
on
this show
Tuesday.
about to be epic.
I said it, and she said half, Jay. You don't know what half is.
I mean, she ain't got it around.
Well, at least she ain't got to
I
drive.
got Jeffrey coming up in a
Just
minute.
help her
Yeah,
get
we got
drive.
Jeffrey coming up in a minute, but we're gonna
That's
take this
enough.
toast.
Let me pour
Okay.
half.
Yeah.
You know, pour half. You don't know what half is.
He don't know what half is. Yeah, Jay, go ahead.
No, it's not.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
No,
now.
hey, we alive right now. Come on,
Yeah, we
It's really smooth.
I'm playing another clip.
Go back.
Just stick
Go
your
ahead.
fingers on
We
top.
All right.
gonna get over here. Check it out.
Finger on top.
We gonna get back to this real quick.
Okay.
What we gonna do is a celebration of the 4 years of doing this. And after this, we're gonna go to Jeffrey. When we come back, we're gonna actually pop champagne. I'm drinking also to my mother's birthday. But this shot right here is for the 4-year anniversary of the show. Before we get Jeffrey on, I want to say cheers to everybody that's been watching me, supporting me,
Yes.
like, share. That's been on Uber, Lyft, Uber Eat, Let Go, Offer Up, wherever you might have went Craigslist to find me.
Back
I'm
pay.
toasting back to you.
Yes.
To y'all.
To y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Ooh, that's smooth. Okay.
Is it? Is that what it's on smooth?
Okay. Okay. Right, give me a beer.
I feel like,
Whoa, I feel some hair. I feel some hair on
I
my
feel like you ain't
chest.
your boy Ric Flair right now, boy.
Hey, you
Ready to jump off the top rope. I think we're gonna go ahead and bring Brother Jeffrey in.
all right. So again, y'all, I don't know how y'all day went, and I don't know where y'all been at so far. But I'm gonna tell you right now, the person about to bring on might change your life. All you gotta do is take the time to listen what's about to go on. It's about to be serious tonight. So what I need y'all to do is pay attention, because I got somebody coming up next, and this person right here is the person I'm gonna tell you all day. Ain't playing. Jeffrey, how you doing tonight, big baby?
Brother Jay, what is going on, sir?
Man, it's about to be a party up in here, but we want to know how your day went.
Oh, man, Brother Kraft, how's it going, brother?
Man, it's going fabulous, bro. It's going lovely. And glad you could be here with us tonight. Man, what's going on? How's everything happening with you, man?
Man, I am beside myself, man. Celebrating with you fellas, 4 years, doing it big, being consistent, keeping it strong, keeping it growing, keeping it long. But in spite of all of that, you know what time it is.
Yes, sir.
It is time for you to close your mouth and listen. You ask me some questions, I give you some answers from a man's point of view. Now listen, I got one reason for the habitually single woman and one reason for the habitually single man as to why you might be single, but before we get into that, here is my disclaimer. Now see, what I'm going to talk about might not apply to you, and if it does apply to you, I don't want you to put your foot up in this shoe. But if it does apply to you, I want you to put both feet in both shoes and walk around in them, because you're about to learn something tonight. Ladies, you go first.
Okay.
All right, ladies, some of y'all are single simply because you are not teachable. I need you to understand what I'm saying here. See, you could have a man that you've been with for years, and he could be an investment banker, and he could give you a stock tip one day, and you won't take it because it's your man. But you will let Kareem from Facebook get your tax refund because your girl referred you to him and flip it. But it's because it's your man. You don't want to hear it. See, you want to be the smartest person in the relationship. You want to be the HBIC. You want the accolades and the title and the ring, and you'll listen to anybody else except for your man just to get to the top. Well, I need you to understand this, and I want you to, if you don't listen to anybody else, I want you to listen to me. when I tell you that's exactly why your ass is single.
So you had a rough day, eh? Jeffrey back at work.
Oh, you close
You can tell.
that? Oh, my
Jeffrey
God.
don't like his job.
That ain't got nothing to do with his job.
Boy, Jeffrey be go hard to pay.
That man is preaching. If I ever heard preaching, that man is. Well, I'm telling you, you need to get in the pulpit, brother Jeffrey. I'm telling you, your place is there.
He put some shoes on some people.
People who are unteachable is a nuisance to your life. Anybody. That could be your brother, your cousin, your sister, your mama.
Talk about it.
Most importantly, your significant other.
Okay.
Everybody's got to have an open mind and be willing to learn a little bit, especially if the person has been there and done that.
Right.
You got to listen to their wisdom, their experience, their story. And, you might be smarter than they are, but at least give them an opportunity to pour in, And that's part of the communication process, right?
I agree.
All right, Brother Jeffrey, I think we said enough about that. It's back to you.
All right, fellas, don't think I'm letting y'all off the hook. Fellas, you are next. All right, fellas, some of y'all are single simply because you work harder on your job than you do on yourself. I need you to understand what I'm saying. See, you can climb the corporate ladder. You can build your own business from the ground up. You can sacrifice the club, your boys. You can sacrifice the game to build your dream. But you don't have nothing left when you go home. You ain't got nothing left to build the bonds of your relationship. It is more critical than ever for our men to understand that we have to be the foundation of the household. Not the head of the household, but the foundation of the household.
Yes.
Not to rule over a woman, not to marginalize a woman, but to give her something solid to build on. Now, this is vital to the sustenance of your long-term goals and your long-term success. She has to something that she'll pour into you that will keep you moving. But you're giving all you've got to a business or to a job that will replace you as soon as you're gone. Leaving your woman standing over there in the sand, burnt out and single.
For a very
Long time. I told you, Jeffrey.
That point.
We gotta find Jeffrey a new job.
Yeah.
He keep hitting you over the head, man.
Yes, and I tell you, one of the first things that I heard him say was, it's like you can work for somebody for 30 years. There's nothing wrong with that. Having a great job, having a great hourly job, benefits, and vacation time, there's nothing wrong with that, right? But the very day that those people turn their backs on you, you are left with sheets in the wind. And if you had been working on your hustle, if you had been working on your business, if you had been working on your computer skills, if you had been working on your social media skills, you might be able to launch a business that will sustain you without having to work for somebody else. You're working harder on your job than you do yourself, is what Brother Jeffrey said. And man, that's a wake-up call for us all. And of course, that just might leave you single. So we'll turn it back over to you, Brother Jeffrey.
No mighty too.
All right, young ladies and young men, I need y'all to understand something. Perseverance will get you further than talent. Desire and a solid ability to start something will get you further than inheritance. I need you to understand that every gift, every need, every desire you've ever wanted, you already got the tools to achieve it. You just got to believe that it's already yours. You were built to do something incredible. You were designed to build something amazing. It's already inside of you. It's your responsibility to get in touch with it and to birth it. It might be a little difficult at first, but when the baby is born, the 9 months up to that point, yeah, those are tough, but those last several hours of labor, those are the most intense. But after that labor is done, the pain subsides. Recovery comes in, and then you got a little bundle of joy that you just birthed. Now, men, I don't recommend that you try that. It just ain't gonna work for us. What I do say to you, though, that parallel, that metaphor right there is for you to understand what you'll have to do to bring forth your dream. Ladies, you already can relate to labor pain, so I think y'all understand where I was going with that. But the bottom line of it is you too. If you can go through that hard period of labor pains, you know what it's like to get through a tough time. You survived every single one of the tough days you've had so far. Keep on pushing. Make it happen. Hey, happy anniversary, brothers. I love you much, man.
All right.
Man,
Thank
appreciate
you
you,
so
my brother.
much. Thank you so much, Brother Jeffrey. And that was a powerful word, right? Perseverance will take you further than desire. And that means just that stick-to-itness, you know. Talked about being, you know, that belief system. You got to believe. And we've covered so many of those great messages here in the show. Brother Jeffrey, you know, we've been on 4 years, and 4 years tonight, and just want to know what your reflections of this show have been. You know, maybe what has it done for you, to you? What does it mean to you?
I'll tell you the biggest growth that I've experienced personally with my coaching and all that stuff happened on this show. See, I want y'all to understand something. I got a long list of things that I talk to about women and why their asses are single. And I did it for so long, it was just like nothing. I just recall something. Oh, that's number 33. That's why your ass single.
Right.
Oh, you talk. No, that's number 13. That's why your ass is single. And one day, Brother Kraft said, hey, man, Jeffrey, look, man, we love what you're saying about the sisters. But what you got for the brothers? And I was like blown away. I said, whoa. And so I started, you know, really going through that stuff and looking through notes. And I'm like, wait a minute. This ain't a woman thing. This is a community thing.
Yes.
And so if I can talk to the women, well, damn it, I should be able to talk to the men. And if I can talk to the men, well, damn it, I can speak to the community.
Yes.
And that's what I do my very best to make every show I can make to repay that debt right there, because that was you guys
Wow.
birthing something in me that I didn't even know was there.
Ah, man.
Now I tell you,
Man.
that is very powerful.
That's super powerful. And I tell you what, Jeffrey, everyone who has you know, been a part of this show and, you know, become fans and watch it every week, we have heard a significant amount of growth in you, that you continue to elevate almost every week. You know, you're just coming with
Harder
these
and harder.
harder and harder and harder, and it's like you keep exceeding our expectations, man, and that means your own personal growth. And you know, I'm so happy to hear that Jay's vision has been able to inspire you in that way. It has most certainly inspired me in that same way. And man, we're just grateful for your participation, and just thank you so much, man. Any parting words for us tonight, sir?
Before you parting words, Jeffrey,
Go ahead.
I gotta give you kudos and praise, because one thing about Jeffrey, he goes farther than the Bar Talk with Jay. He went with me all the way back to the Jay and Shay show.
Yeah.
And I pulled him in then. And Jeffrey made an impact even when I did the Jay and Shay show. So of course when I did Bar Talk, I had to grab him and ask him to be a part of this as well.
Yeah.
Because this is one of the guys that most people would be like, he's overbearing. He will overtake. My whole thing is you're intimidated. Don't be intimidated when a person want to give you something.
Right.
Enhance, listen, and learn. And then at that point, he's not a threat. He's just a person that want to encourage. When you're worried about taking over, then you don't got control.
Yeah.
He's the kind of person that he don't even want control of what you got. He's got his own destiny.
Yeah.
And that's why I liked about him when I brought him on early on. I heard it in him. I seen him in the things and the moves that he made. So when some people get intimidated, I get inspired.
Yeah, you know, there's very few conversations you might have ever heard in life where somebody say, okay, it's time to shut your damn mouth and sit your ass down.
I see it all the time to some people I date. but you know, right now it's definitely a debate. And what I like, he's a great debater.
Yeah.
You know, he comes with a lot of factual information.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, if you're not listening to Jeffrey, you want to argue with Jeffrey.
Yeah.
And he gonna tear your behind up.
Yeah.
Cause he ain't arguing. He gonna give you a debate.
Yeah.
So while you yelling, he's still just
That's
talking.
true. If you are on
And he gonna get you.
If you are on the defense, you're going to miss the message. And that's the key. You get a lot of people riled up, right? A lot of people riled up. Any parting words for us, Brother Jeffrey, as we get out of here?
Oh man, real quick, I went on a conservative Facebook group post today, and they were talking about how everybody out to get Trump. And I just listed some facts on them, and they started making personal attacks at me.
Wow.
And I said, I want all y'all to know that all y'all just lost this debate, because not one of y'all addressed anything that I said. You tried to call me this, you tried to call me that. That don't bother me. What facts do you have to dispute what I got?
Right.
And they got nothing. And that's how I look at stuff. I can debate anybody
Yes.
on the merits of the topic. You can come for me personally if you want to. That doesn't bother me.
Right.
Because on the inside, I got a foundation of respect, of self-respect that's so strong, you can't touch it.
Yeah.
When you get like that in life, just like Brother Jay is, you start doing stuff, you start expanding your business. Nobody can touch it.
Right.
Just like Brother Kraft, when it's time to move them units, nobody can touch it.
Right.
That's what happens when people move like that. So synergies align. That's what's brought us together. That's what keeps us together. That's all I got.
Amen. And that's a mouthful. And we
What?
thank you so much, Brother Jeffrey. Everybody give a hand to the good Reverend
Hey!
Dr. Jeffrey.
Oh yeah, rock it, baby.
Yeah. We appreciate you, my friend, and we'll hope to hear from you on next week.
All day.
All right, let's take care. Happy anniversary again. Man.
Okay, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Man, a really valuable part of our show, and just always grateful for what he brings to the table. It is now time for us to do our another break.
Gotta do it.
And so if you folks will stay tuned, we're going to be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay.
All right, we back.
All right. Welcome back to Bar Talk with Jay.
This right now is going to be a special addition to the show. This is when I have to honor my mother. One of the reasons why, again, I did the show on her birthday is I always have to think ahead. This show will always be special to me because when I look at an anniversary, I still remember a date of a birth for my mother. So again, it's not about forgetting, it's always about enhancing. She enhanced me along the way, so when I started the show, what better way to show respect to a person that helped me along the way? She did it for a whole lot of people. So her birth is an angel giving the world a gift.
Yes.
I'm just relaying it. I don't want to speak over her. She speaks for herself.
Yes.
She just gave me power to speak for myself. And that's why I do what I do. So I honor another person along with all the people that helped me. She started me. So again, as I pray, I also pray for what he gave me.
Yeah.
He gave me an angel. I just happen to call her my mother.
Yeah.
So I gotta give a toast.
It's powerful, Jay. It's powerful.
Listen.
To a woman who's doing great things for all of us.
Yeah, in front of the camera.
Yeah, unfortunately. We got one over there, camera everywhere.
Yeah.
So, ain't gonna pour everybody in that. Do I want what? Low amount. Yeah, somebody said they want some.
Okay, Jay pouring.
We try to pour it up, we gonna try.
Jay's mom, she is so
Champagne.
beautiful.
You good for you?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't trying to get you one. Bar, low amount. You good?
Yeah, low
I
amount.
got nine.
Low amount for me.
Sparkling.
Okay, sparkling no problem.
I can't hang.
Rob, that's the real deal. Come on over.
Now with that alcohol,
See, which
boy,
one?
I can't do nothing with that.
Whatever.
Alright, that's what I'm talking about.
What you got over there?
Car, you ready? You want it
What
ready?
what a set of powerful words, man.
Just a
And,
small.
you know, we've been thinking about this show and celebrating its anniversary.
I got it.
You know, what's so special about what Jay said is that this is the cause. You know, this is the cause of the whole show. Is you know, his mother and the support of her, and the fact that we initiated the show on her birthday. It's very special. I might add, folks, that I have had a opportunity to get to know this family, and you know, since I started coming around, I was a stranger, didn't know anybody from anybody, and everybody was always just so loving and so welcoming.
You don't have a cup?
Most importantly, Jay's mom, who is celebrating right now, she's just always, you know, fed me and gave me a place to lay my head whenever I didn't need to get out of here. You know, this is Jay's home that we are in. This is a very special room, a room off of the garage that has been, you know, designed to be the studio. And there's another room off of here that has a pool table. And so we are here every week, you know, with Jay's family, and they're, you know, moving about, doing their daily thing. and just oblige us every week to come in and make noise and, you know, our parking and all kind of stuff going on.
Man.
Right?
My neighbor's
So-
like, what the heck?
Yeah. So there's a lot of love that has been offered to us just to do this show, and we just want to thank. We want to thank Jay. We want to thank his mother. We want to thank his family. We want to thank you for the house and for this studio. There are projects that I'm working on now that I would have no way been able to attack without the support of Jay and this studio and his
No
family
alcohol is in
support.
it, baby.
So you know, we're just all so grateful tonight.
It's just
And,
sparkling juice.
that's what it's really always designed to be about. Just be grateful, you know. And so we're expressing that gratitude towards Mom tonight. And I don't know, would you like to say something tonight, Mom? No?
Let me tell you.
I want to say happy
She said she can't hardly
birthday.
breathe right now. Yeah, I understand.
That mask thing.
I know.
So again,
All of my glasses.
I have to apologize to everybody that can't be here. A lot of people wanted to be here. I got a lot of people in the studio. Not more than y'all can call in on me. Just listen. I'm Corona understanding. I'm not trying to have that. But what I am trying to have is understanding and respect. I care for a lot of people, and I like to have a lot more. I would have loved to do this at a club. It just ain't the time.
Absolutely.
For all the ones that's doing what you want to do, I care. I got a mother that's sitting with me, and I care for her health. You see she wearing a mask. I'm not asking you to do no more than your part. Do the best you can.
Yes.
Let's all stay safe,
Always.
but let's celebrate. This right here is something that's ongoing. I love it. I will do it all day, and I'm going to continue doing it. But I've been blessed way before me. I want to bless others. That's what this show is going to do. It's going to give you something that you might not know you need.
Mhm.
So I have to go deep because I don't know all what I have to do.
Yeah.
The good Lord shows me.
There you go.
Amen.
So again, this honor right now, this toast is to my mother, the angel that he gave the
All right.
world, to my mother.
To Jay's mother.
To Jay's
Here,
mom.
here.
Here, here.
Great women.
I do want to thank everybody for coming out
She's
for my
thank-
birthday. Y'all can't see my smile.
Right.
I don't know how much it mean to me to see her smile.
Yeah, she's,
Because of the dance.
yeah.
Don't let that mask
Mom
fool you.
just thanked
Smile
everybody.
is there. I really appreciate everything.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you so much.
So as
Yes.
she
Happy
smiles,
birthday again.
You are very welcome.
Thank you.
You are very
there's so
welcome.
many other people.
Look what you
behind the
created. Right? Look what you created. And we were outside before the show, and we were just chopping it up, talking about masks, having a good time, and Mom mentioned something that was profound. Because of the whole mask episode, we are not able to see other people smile. And I wonder how much love, how much inspiration is lost because we're not able to see each other smile. You know, it's probably a lot going on in the way of that psychological way. You know, we're missing that. I can't halfway hear people talking through the damn thing.
What'd you say?
Huh?
Say what?
Huh? Listen, I had to tell a kid the other day.
I thought that was me.
I said, hey man, you're talking through a mask. You need to say big words real slow.
But I can understand.
Yes, here is your change.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so thank you again, Mom. Thank you again for everything you do. Again, you birthed all of this. Everything was birthed by means of you, and I'm trying to spend the next 50 years doing what I'm doing, and Bar Talk with Jay has been my inspiration to do that. So, man, you make an impact on us all, and it's just so nice to have loving friends and family around you. Really genuine, supportive people, you know, and there's no way it would be impossible for us to be here today without all of the love and support that we have gotten, man.
We need each other's love.
Yes, we cannot live without each other's love.
That's true.
And especially doing a show like this, it just takes that extra oomph of love, and so I'm just grateful tonight, man. I'm just super grateful. I wanna get a dialogue going just a little bit, because that's where the heat comes in the shows, and you know, it seems like one of the most I don't know, the most edgy subjects that we talk about is cheating and sex.
Hold on. Mama, go in the house. Mama, go in the house.
I like to
Nah,
talk
I'm
about
playing.
that.
You know, she can listen to every one of our shows. So
Man, my mama watched me live.
yeah.
My mama had curiosity questions. She said, baby, you gonna be all right. Just like when I started talking about relationship. Man, what you know about a relationship? You don't know nothing about no women. My mom been the most upfront, realest person that you would ever know. She comical, but she's serious.
Yes.
So if you laugh at her, you might want to understand.
Make a light of the truth. Huh?
She make it in a way that you can understand that she laugh with you, but she giving you something.
Right.
So she's like, watch it before you start talking over what you don't know. So she enhanced me by challenging me. And she never told me all what to do. She just told me, before you start, you really don't know.
Right.
And just because you was married, don't mean you can really speak on it.
Yeah.
Because you obviously messed that up.
Yeah.
My whole thing is, even when you mess up, you got to learn from it. Mistakes are to be learned from.
Yes.
And you don't have to hurt others by continuing to make mistakes.
Okay.
But her whole thing is, do you understand?
Right.
Well, I understood when she didn't give up on me.
Yeah.
When I went to school and I had a hard time with the spelling bee, and she came home from working late at night, and then she knew that the teacher wrote a letter saying your son needs to do better in spelling. So she stood up with me because she honored me and she wanted me to do good. So she stayed up with me to a point where I wasn't getting it. She never told me I was stupid, dumb. She only said, baby, take these spelling words, fold it up, and put it under your pillow. Now, to all y'all parents that's going around saying the negative things about your kids, just know the impact of what she did to me. She didn't tell me I would not amount to nothing. She never told me I was stupid. She never told me I couldn't get it. She just told me one thing. Take that and put it under your pillow. Because I'm going to bed. Because I am not staying up all night. I got to work in the morning. And obviously you ain't getting it. Now, to me as a young boy, all I know is I heard the negative. I ain't know the power of putting it under the pillow. And I never forgot it. But what I really remember, I never forgot. She never gave up. I got it later. I didn't get it.
You didn't get it.
And that's this life.
Yeah.
But when somebody give up on you, you tend to give up.
Yeah.
And she never did it.
Yeah.
So why would I do it?
Right.
Right.
So I ain't give up on life, and I ain't giving up on my show and my dreams. Because she all made it possible when she gave me a vision when I was younger of not giving up. But I'm tired. I can't do it all. You have to do your part. So all she did was went to sleep. I don't even know if I put it under my pillow. I was young enough. But I know I didn't forget. And I'm telling y'all, it's not about the pillow. It's not giving up.
It's not giving up.
And that's what she brought, and that's what I'm giving, and that's what I want to share. That's what this show's about.
Yeah.
Sharing encouragement.
Amen.
Because she had asked me to talk about our story. I tell it because it's something that don't hurt me, it enhance me, and it might enhance you. You might not have a person that told you. Jay did.
Yeah.
And I came from a person that encouraged me. My family encouraged her. They are caring. They taught me what family is about. I want to give it back because we got so many broken families today. So if you don't see it, like the Cosbys, if you don't see it, you don't believe it. But you need to believe we are a solid unit. Been broken apart through government, through slavery, and through everything else. Don't blame. Let's just change back to get back our power and show you a better way.
Yeah, and what I really like I heard was, never, ever, ever give up. Choose a path, choose a direction, and fight until there's no more life in you. That's what you have to do. And we're not the only ones doing it. If you look at every tree, every blade of grass, if you look at every other person in the world, everybody's fighting. And that's just, that's what we are here to do. And, the fight doesn't necessarily have to be a struggle. It doesn't have to be, it's going to be some pain, but it doesn't have to be all pain. But you got to get up and you got to keep driving forward every single day. And I love that message for our show.
I heard,
Go ahead, please.
I heard, I love you, and you can't do nothing about it.
Yes. Yes.
Now she said that many times,
Yeah.
but she ain't never told me there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
It was obvious when she told me.
Yeah.
But one thing I'll tell anybody, you don't always have to accept, but please understand where it comes from.
Absolutely.
because everything ain't for you.
Yeah.
And this show might not be for everybody. Bottom line is give from your heart and understand where you're going.
There you go.
And that's what she gave me. So guess what? I'm just giving it back to an audience that might want to listen, but please understand, when you look at my accomplishments, not just the show, not just my business with my trucking, just understand it wasn't easy. Anything I ever done, there's failures along the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she talks about it. She'll tell you all day long, you ain't do good, baby. I love my mama. Man, you can't just sit there and think you the stuff.
Yeah.
My mom will cut you down. Baby, you didn't really do that good. You know, that's why that didn't last, you know.
Yeah.
And it brings you back to reality because you want to pump yourself up.
Right.
I'm good at blowing the ego up.
Yeah.
My mom instills confidence. Baby, even though you didn't do good, you didn't quit. You have the heart of brick drive, and you need to continue.
Yeah.
So it levels my ego, but it
We all need a
pumps
little bit of
up
that.
my endurance.
There you go.
I have to endure some things, and you ain't gonna always have it right, but you can't quit.
You can't quit.
You can't
And
quit.
with that, folks, we're going to go ahead and take our next break. If you all will stay tuned, hope you're again enjoying the show. If you can't hear the music, just scroll to the next 3 or 4 minutes, and we'll be right back on to complete the show. Be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay.
Anybody got a phone? Bring your phones up. We got a camera in. I want to make sure we get this recorded. My phone not dead. I apologize. But anybody can record the car. You got your phone, record. I gotta get this moment. My phone about to end. Regina got yours? Regina? Rock out his. Go on this side over here.
I was sitting around wondering what you would say, be in the mirror, acting like you in the club. I can't hear it.
No one ain't gonna walk up there and take my girl.
No, you ain't gonna walk up to that too.
Y'all gonna say hello?
Wait a minute.
It's up there. All right. Now this right here is gonna be recorded, so I want y'all to know y'all can't sing, hum. Do the best you can to not to embarrass everybody. But we're gonna sing happy birthday. We ain't asking age because y'all want to get stupid. We got one candle. Don't go there. Just know, my mom taught me one thing about getting older. It's not about the number. It's in your mind. Keep your mind right?
Right.
So don't let the numbers distract you. That's why we're using one. She is an angel. She's the number one person. Right. Don't go by the multiple candles of light. Know one string. So ready? Ready. On a count of 3. All you non-singers. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Grandma. Happy birthday to you. Grandma. Happy birthday, dear mama. There you go, mama. Happy birthday to you. Grandma. Hey, wasn't no Oscar, but I think I did pretty good. Alright, got a knife. What knife? Scratch first in this camera. Blow and cut.
And they still had enough energy.
Coronavirus! Right. We're doing this. Alright, y'all. We're gonna cut. We're gonna do our thing. Still got a show to do. But again.
Not like Rock, couldn't cook cake.
Oh, Lord. Cut the cake, Daddy, man. Cut the cake.
Do that. It's not nice.
Bar.
Right.
If I pass out, I was because of
Couldn't
Jay.
cut the cake, but I should.
Everybody just say okay.
I do that thing, I do nothing about it. Yeah, I got more chicken out there. I do that. Yeah, it might be for that Michael Jordan. You know, he known for incarcerated.
I'm just letting her know.
Yeah,
Keep an eye out on me.
all day. Boy, Talk with Jay. Woo! But I tell you right now, this celebration, this encouragement of what we've been doing is a highlight of my life. When I tell you I enjoy all of this
Yeah.
from my heart of heart, when you don't recognize you, this helped me understand me.
Yeah.
My mother, my friends. Friends that came about a way they're strange in the neighborhood and they still remember you and support you. It's still about you,
You trying to talk about me, Jay?
basically. But as I talk about, just understand.
I will.
All right. So small digs is because everybody don't have to remember you just because of the neighborhood. For the fact that you didn't live far from me, it's for the fact that you still encourage and you stayed in tune with me. You watched my show. You put things on the show. You ask questions. And again, I always thought you was a person that I would have never thought would come back to remind me of our past because you knew me. There you go. So as I look at everything and how everything grows, it makes me realize how humble and nice it is when you mean good and you try to do good and then you see good. Because bad is all around us.
Yeah.
You have to figure out where you want to be. I'm proud of what I have around me now. And all the ones that wanted to come, I promise you, wish you could have been here too, because it would have been a grand finale and it would have been mega.
Tune in and you're here.
There you go. But as you hear, what you see is the small part of what everybody's willing to contribute. Let's get everybody to get back to sharing, giving. I did something, Kraft, a couple of days ago. It made me laugh. I went on OfferUp and I put Bar Talk with Jay anniversary on there. Then put it on Facebook. Niggas, again, I ain't playing. We on OfferUp, Let Go. I don't play.
Craigslist.
Yes.
Blacklist.
And they be
whatever.
like, would you really do that? I'm like, dude, I'm on date sites and everything else because it is to encourage people. A lot of people be like, well, if you single, then I want to be. I ain't for everybody. Everybody can't even understand me. But what I can tell you is, what I'm trying to do is bigger than what you're trying to do. Let's understand. Have a great dialogue. Give people encouragement and push that. That's what this show is about. That's what I've been encouraged. That's why I got with my boy Craftmatic, because he encouraged me when I first met him. He tried to sell me something when I first met him. His job was to sell me some cleaning products for my business. That ain't bought jack from Kraft. I got fired. Well, let go. And Kraft went back and made a killing. He made a killing. He bought up everything I got. You ain't buying nothing, Jack.
Yeah.
Because at the time I was there, that's why they buy. Because we couldn't spend nothing. We ain't had nothing. I had to bring him out the hole. I had the same thought of making sure I do him right. But the bottom line, we had a connection. That we didn't lose anything. He might not have made a lot off of my business there, but everything we grew from there, he was going to make it anyway. I already knew he was going to be big without me. But why let somebody do it by themselves when you already encouraged by them?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a real inspirational day. It just happened to be a Friday. And I was out making my sales calls for the day. And I had planned to go see this company. He worked for, what was the name of the company?
That was Rock 10,
Rock
but at
10.
the time, it changed over to
Your
West
life
Rock.
gets
Yeah.
nothing and will never forget you.
Yeah. West Rock and Rock 10 are huge, maintenance and sanitation companies.
Mhm.
And they, so Jay was, one of the managers there and had the ability to buy a product. And I went in, and started a pitch. Next thing you know, we talking about his radio show that he was currently doing. So he invited me out that night because they do the show on Friday nights. So I left him, and a few hours later, I met him at the studio, and you know,
Now
I was on the
it's a
show.
trio.
Yeah, I was on the show that night, and we just began to, we killed it. We killed it that night, and that was on the Jay and Shay show. And I think it was probably the next week, or maybe 2 weeks later, Jay and I were in the studio, and we started Bar Talk with Jay. It literally can't happen just like that.
Right behind.
The name is pronounced Yamina.
Yeah, what?
Well, who? Yeah.
Yamina?
Yeah, introduce me, Jay.
Man, I can't say your name from when I met you a long time ago. Girl, I just remember you from up top street. I'm like,
Introduce yourself.
what she?
Okay, I'm Yamina.
Right. With your,
Shakura.
and if I said her name,
You gotta
I would
talk to
jack it
her.
up.
Okay, I'm Yamina Shakura.
Nice to meet you.
Wakanda forever.
One warrior, baby.
Yeah.
Right.
South Ward.
There you go, that's
I'm
it.
telling you, special, bro. Special.
South Ward.
Understand.
Yeah.
Don't recognize, understand. And that's
See me now?
See what I'm talking about? So again, man, when you was mentioning how we met and how impactful it was from starting that show into this one, that's how important it is to meet people and understand. You don't never know who God gonna place you with. And a lot of times you get judgmental and then you don't even think about future endeavorments. He wasn't there for a future with me or doing any talk radio. He was there to sell a product. How he was selling the product, I knew he could sell. I didn't know he already had thoughts of talk radio. He did things already. He did seminars. I didn't know that. But I listened.
Motivational speaker.
He already was. But he was already doing other things. He sold cars. He did other things. My whole thing is when you grow, you understand.
Now you're a radio host.
But he was already there. He was already mentally there. When I was already achieving small goals. He had a whole line of things he wanted to accomplish. So it made it very easy once I started knowing him and started learning some things from him that it is meant for us to be together.
Yes.
And that meant was only because we had open arms.
Right.
I didn't treat him like I can't buy nothing from you, so you just leave.
Right.
It was like a communication. In that communication, I invited him to the show to see if this is something he would like. Didn't know this is something he already done. That's how God plays things. It's like humor.
Yeah.
As you playing, I'm going to laugh with you.
Yes.
Because you don't know what I sent you.
Yes.
He sent me.
He wants you to laugh and talk and speak.
Yeah.
But he sent me a person that
you know-
laughed and showed.
You know, Jay, I shared this with you a couple times. I don't know if you recall it, but days, maybe max a week before you and I met, I was in a real meditative state. You know, I go into a real meditative state a couple times a month, right? And I'll end up spending 2 or 3 nights just doing nothing but just praying to the Lord and asking for and writing and all kinds of stuff. Just part of my life's energy process, or how I expand my energy in my mind. And I had been asking the Lord for a way for me to share my message. Like I've been saying, okay, Lord, you know, I got my kids straight, I got this straight. I need a process, I need a place, I need to surround myself with the right people and all this good stuff. And I literally spent probably a whole hour, you know. And within a matter of days, I was in Jay's office and it popped off. And I have had so many occasions in my life where I was really seeking something. And in a very short period of time, it manifests. And the lesson for me is seek with intention, right? Seek desperately, seek hardcore, let your seeking become hard work. Seek that thing for which you want, and I assure you it will come to you, right? I've had numerous occasions where I was in a place, you know, I've been in places where, you know, I'm 100% commission and I'm out making sales and I hadn't made a few sales and cash flow's challenged and bills are due and baby diapers are due and I'm clueless about where it's going to come from. But I had that faith to just say, you know what, it's going to happen. It's absolutely going to happen. I'm going to keep driving. I'm going to keep moving forward. I'm not going to let it get me down. And next thing you know, I walk into a client's office and they write me a $10,000 check.
See, that's
wasn't
God.
even expecting it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just happens that way. And so here I am on a worldwide stage with one of my best friends in the world, doing what I love to do, and in a position to really follow
And
my
your newest
passion.
friend.
Yeah, in a position to follow my passion for the next 50 years based on what I have done over this last 4 years. It is just absolutely amazing what God can do for you when you seek what you truly desire. And I have always sought the opportunity
If you
to
seek, you
speak.
shall find.
Yeah, I've always sought the opportunity to speak into people's lives. I've always sought the opportunity to, do some training and development, but really just help people grow to their greatest potential. And I used to do it in corporate America for years. I studied this stuff for years. I got my doctorate in this stuff for years, and all of it came together when I got on this show.
Here is your platform.
Yeah, it was like everything that I had learned, all that I had grew, all that I had done, all that I had studied, I was able to apply right here on this show. And it's just a testimony to the Lord that He will direct your path if you let Him. And not only did I come into my own purpose and vision, but I was surrounded by this great family. One of my I
really appreciate you.
Yeah, one of my great, I always have these moments where I like to capture, right? And one of my great moment experiences since I've been in Atlanta has been with you, Jay, and your family. I spent a Christmas with Jay and his family. And, I got over there, late morning, and everybody was, orchestrating their piece, and everybody had pieces to play. And you're talking about a household with, there's 40, 50 people celebrating Christmas. And they all was in the kitchen holding hands, and everybody had an opportunity to say something about the holiday, what it meant to them, And it was one of the most moving experiences that I have ever had, to see a family standing together like that. I get real emotional sometimes when I think of those kind of things, because those are the things that are important to me.
Right.
And the Lord brought me in the midst of this family who was really, striving to be a family and love one another and care for one another, and brothers who was, out doing big things and supporting one another. Man, it's just been such a moving experience just to be here and be a part of this show. And I don't want to, cry tonight, but I just might, you know what I'm saying? But
we wrap
He
up.
loves J.
Yeah.
Bar. You can't do nothing about it.
I can't do nothing about
see,
it.
that was good.
That's absolutely right. So, there's just something for fighting for what you believe in and being surrounded by the right people. One of the things that this show, I think, has done for both Jay and I is it has given us a body of work. And when you think about what you have to do to be on point for 2 hours every week for 4 years, we have created a library of work. We have created some magnificent discussions. I'm talking about, I think, award-winning Nobel Peace Prize discussions, because we're really talking about what's going on under the surface of life. And what's
the Lord
under...
is adding to listen to the words and the understanding
Yeah.
at Bar Talk.
There you go. And what is going on in essence of life is there's an undercurrent, right? The undercurrent is, I want this, but I'm not sure if I can get there. I'm having a problem like this, but I'm not sure if anybody really understands. I'm trying to achieve this goal, but I feel very alone. I'm seeking love, but it doesn't look like the way I want it to look. It doesn't look like what I've been taught or what I think it should look like. And so there seems to be no helpful mechanism to what's really going on under the surface of life. I'm hoping, right? This is one of my great hopes, that there are some cheaters in the world who have had an opportunity to hear our show. And to hear how much pain they have caused their wife or their significant other. I wonder if they have been able to listen to some of the discussions that we've had and see themselves, right? And see that they can do better, that they should do better, that there is a better way to do this objective. There's a better way to treat your spouse. There's a better way to handle a situation. There's a better way to do life. There's a better way to think about it, right? If you are, if you have been exposed to this show, I'm just thinking there's just so much gravy that we have caused to come out. If you're having problems with your sex life, with your spouse, we hopefully have inspired you to read a book or to go on YouTube, Pornhub.
I hear that one coming. His head boiled already.
Listen, the thing about it is, the reality of it is that we all need help.
Yes.
And the kind of stuff that we talked about on this show, the kind of things that we talked about on this show is, it's therapeutic, man.
It is.
You know? Just so much good stuff. We talked about, I think one of the key things we talked about, and that keeps hitting home for all of us, is that love is not enough.
Oh my God.
Right? How many shows have we come to
Several.
where we have said love is not enough? And you know, love is the spiritual glue that holds all things together.
It is.
But if you know, if I love you and you love me and we have this great loving bond, we still got to put food on the table.
Right.
We still got to take care of our home. We still got to, you know, take care of the kids, or, you know, there's still other things that need to happen. There's the responsibility and accountability and willingness to communicate and understand and apologize and forgive, and, you know, there's a lot more to it. And if you're not willing to get involved into those characteristics of life, your love is not going to mean as much.
That's true.
Right? Your love is really going to be kind of invisible, because what you're telling me is different than what you're showing me.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, we need more than love. And I always say this, that with every single person that you meet, whether you end up with them for a lifetime or not, there's always going to be 2 or 3 boxes unchecked.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be 2 or 3 things that you wanted that they don't have.
And they can't give it to you.
And they can't give it to you. And at that point, in order to experience the love that they do may bring to the table, you're going to have to find a different way to receive them.
You're going to have to be able to let go.
You got to let go,
Let
patience,
go.
sacrifice, right?
Sacrifice, so
Yeah.
you basically have to do without.
Yeah.
In
Now,
order to be with this person.
I asked this question. So I asked this question just recently. I go to Jay. If you got a beautiful someone, she's super special, and she takes care of the home, and she knows about family, got a good upbringing.
Okay.
She dresses nice,
Oh,
she's
yeah.
pretty, she smells good, everything.
Oh,
Right?
yes.
She can take care. She can cook,
Uh-huh.
take care of a home,
Yes.
take care of for a lifetime.
I got you.
But she just might not be able to satisfy you in the bedroom right yet. Would you keep her?
You just messed all that up.
I'm talking to
I mean, but you did a good job on the introduction.
The point is, Jay.
You just hit me in the gut and on the
There's
backside.
going to be a few boxes unchecked, and we're
Now-
going to have to make some sacrifices
now,
to keep the good.
Let
that they
me
bring.
help you with the good.
Go ahead.
What I didn't hear is she willing to learn.
Okay.
See, because if she willing to learn, I'm willing to teach. Because
Okay.
she got every other quality I need. So if she willing to learn, at that point we're gonna have a contractual agreement. Because I'm gonna
Yeah.
fulfill that contract.
Yeah. That's
If
called
she's
wedding
willing
vows.
to do more. Now she did everything else, but are you willing to learn something different?
And what if she's not?
I can't just say a deal breaker, but it's gonna cause problems. It's gonna cause tension. Because my thing is,
But she brings
I want her.
so much.
I also want her to be fulfilled as well.
Yeah.
She bring, but what am I giving back to her?
Yeah.
If she don't understand that commitment and that satisfaction of that, then she can be getting robbed as well.
Yeah.
Because she's bringing a whole lot to the
Yeah.
table.
Yeah.
Well, I can be bringing a lot to the table, but if it's not enhanced,
And you know what she gonna say, Jay? She gonna be like, you know what? Every time I have to try to have a serious conversation with him, he want to talk about sex.
I mean, really, I don't need to talk about it. Let's do it. Yeah, can we just go do it?
Like,
But
he's
see,
so sexual.
I don't gotta be. We can just do it. Now, the thing is, if that's not where you're at, it don't necessarily got to be a complete killer. My whole thing is, as a killer, when you tell me I'm not willing to do it,
Okay.
I'm not gonna see. At that point, there's no more growth because it kills everything. But when you
And
tell
so
me
love is not enough.
it's not, but it can be something that can be added to.
Yeah.
Because we both can enhance and grow in a way that she don't need nobody else, I don't need nobody else,
Right.
and you more committed. But when you just doing something to be with somebody, it offsets, and normally you end up not caring for them. You end up hating. Because I care for you on the upfront. I seen where you might have been going, but now I don't even like you because of where you might think you're going. That happens too many times. But before I even go any further with that, one of the things I want to also tell you, that's I got a person sitting on my couch. His name is Booby.
Yes.
And I talked about everybody. I talked about Adrian, but I did not go into Booby. Booby handles the camera. This man started with me with my son. And he was doing rap. And he came to me with a friend of Rock's. And that's how I got to know him. He been rocking with me for several years. He didn't start with me. But Booby came in and he's like, man, I ain't the person to be on camera, but I do everything behind the camera. Well, when I say behind, this man got his own studio. This man got his own clothing line. This man has been doing algorithms and everything that's out there. Calculates. He's been doing great things. My whole thing is he stuck with me after he got with me. That's just how committed different people are. I honor him. I appreciate him because he didn't have to. And that leads me back to C. Now C is funny because C was actually complaining to Kraft how he didn't hear us when we was doing our show. He's like, there's low sound when you doing certain things. I can't hear you. So he came to the show. He's been doing his own podcast. He's been doing his own things. It was never for me to bring him in to be an addition to me. He became an addition because he started adding value. He didn't talk just about. And I bought different things. I had to change, but he was willing to work with. But he seen I didn't give up on him, and he didn't give up on me. That's how this came to be.
Congratulations, C and J.
Well, again, not me. See, Boo, you guys had your own vision. Jay didn't change nothing. I just want to add to it.
I continue to say, God bless this show.
Well, continue. See, that's why she was up the street. I told you everybody's special, right? She was up the street. I ain't see her that often. She was just up the street. She just happened to come back when she was up the street.
I was riding in his car from the moment I met him.
See,
he welcomed me in his home, and I've been here ever since.
She's been, but just understand she's special, right? Everybody know that show buzz.
How special can you be?
She was that person that you know she wasn't gonna be right when you met. But she's different. But what I like about her, she's also genuine.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Is we're bringing genuine people together. You know, no different than Barb. Barb has went through many different things. Started the show with me, went through some things with her own kids. That was tragic. They didn't pass away or anything, but tragic because they actually got in a shootout where they got shot. It changed some things for her because she had to actually go back to caring for ones that she already cared for. They was more of adults when this happened. It tragically made her have to do a motherhood of something different. These young men are better today. I can't tell you all the great things they're doing because the bottom line they're still doing. She gave them hope and desire like my mom gave me. She didn't give up on them, and I'm asking y'all on this show not to give up on yours. That's how this is formulated. That's my formula. It is giving people encouragement because we don't know who's down and out, who's hurting, but all we want to do is talk trash. We ain't encouraging, and we want to repeat the social media bull crap that's out there today. And you ain't doing nothing to aid. You just want to what? Continue to add negative inspiration when you have positive because he gave you life. Change your thinking.
Thank you.
And you are changing another person's life.
There you go. And it is just about time for us to wrap up this show for tonight. I want to thank you folks for being with us. You know, we are nothing without you. We really are hoping that you're enjoying our program, that you are hearing some great ideas, some ideas that inspire you, some ideas that can direct you, some ideas that maybe can give you a feeling like, hey, you're not alone in your struggle and your pain. And we really... Okay. So yeah, we're just hoping that this is edifying to your spirit, and we want to thank you all again for staying with us for these 4 years, and I suspect we're going to be together another 4 years or even more. And
way more.
Just
27 summers.
Yeah, 27 summers, right? Yeah, this is my passion, it's my purpose. And this is what I was born to do, and I'm so glad to be here. I want you folks to continue to stay tuned on Bar Talk with Jay. Barb, did you have something you want to say before we
I
get
have
out?
a couple of words to say.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I've been through some storms and I've made it through, I need for everyone to know, like Jay always says, you have to start with yourself, you got to have faith, and you got to believe. If you don't have those things, it's not going to work for you or anybody else. Go ahead, Crowd.
All right.
Before you go, you ain't gonna
I'm
come. You ain't gonna show yourself again. This is the person behind the scenes. She ain't gonna show herself again. You better get in before the end of the day. It's multiple people. It ain't about what she say. I just want you to see what you don't know. AP. Yes, you crazy.
Okay, I could be AP.
You can be AP.
Come on.
I'm really crazy. But I ain't got AP no more. Crazy Adrian brought me AP.
Champagne.
These are people that added value along the way. I wanted to make sure y'all understand. I got two people that's not gonna be seen. They ain't trying to be seen. C has his own. You can see him on his. I will share. But when I tell you, Boogie do great things, they have done great things. Understand what's with you. Ride with them. Quit tripping. We can be the greatest unit out there. And all we want to do is fight each other. Stop fighting, start loving, and I promise you, this won't be the only successful show. Many more to come.
Say that.
Bar Talk with Jay. What else you got to say?
And with that, we are out.
Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.